Hey guys, so I'm joined by Anthony Furman, and we are closing in on Clash on the Coast 2022. I thought, who better than the man behind it to tell us all about what to expect? It's the biggest under 105 contest, I'd say, on the planet right now. And now you are adding the under 82 kilo women's to the event. You've got the record breakers. It's going to be a big weekend of Strongman.
Thank you. When I started this competition for the 105s, my goal was to put on a premier competition for the 105s using my knowledge that I gained. Because, I competed at a bunch of different levels, so I learned so much, and I wanted to bring that back to our weight class. So that was the main goal, and it's come to fruition.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, last year was a success. This year you've added to the contest now. You've got the women involved.
Yeah. So, last year when I first announced it was directly 105s. That was my only focus for several reasons, money not being a small reason, right? It takes money to throw these level of shows. So I asked for everyone's patience with me as I established the 105s, then I'll start expanding. I thought it was going to take about 5 years. The response was so overwhelming that I was able to do basically every weight class in the first year, which is insanity. It just kind of happened organically. It wasn't pre-planned. It just kind of happened as we went along. So we were able to add the women. They're actually being paid more than the men this year.
I saw that. That's insane. I mean, how's that happened?
A lot of it is the sponsors, man. The sponsors saying, I want this to go to this, which I love empowering the sponsors, because for years, a lot of sponsors in our sport have just been kind of eating losses and not getting a say. One of the things I do is I let the sponsors kind of choose, like, what do you want to help with?
That's amazing. I mean, let's go through what the prize money is. I saw it announced today on Instagram. So the men's, we're looking at $10,000 for the winner of the under 105s.
Yep.
3,000 for second.
Yes, 3,000.
And then
2,000 for third. 2,000 for third, and it's the same. So we're doing the same prize pools last year we did with the men.
Yeah. So 10, 3, and 2. Just broke up a little bit there. And then the women, you have $12,000 for first prize.
Yep. We were able to do 12,000 for first, 5,000 for second, and 3,000 for third. It's not a ton more, but I think it's the first time in history where at the same pro show, women are being paid more than the men. That's
crazy. So who are the sponsors that are putting this money up?
The biggest ones, I'll say Pioneer for the men's. They contributed so much. In Cerberus Strength for the women and the record breakers, they came through. They saw the vision. I can't say enough good things about Cerberus.
Well, I'm sponsored by Cerberus, so say as many nice things as you want.
Great things. So even aside from equipment, the way they do business, the care they have for the actual sport and people, it's unmatched. I've worked with a lot of companies in strength sports, and I haven't seen anybody like Cerberus that cares that much, and they back it up. I mean, they are giving a substantial amount of money to these strong women and these weight class athletes because they believe in the future, and it's humbling.
It's brilliant. I mean, I know the guys well at Cerberus, obviously on the British side, but I know Ken over in the US, and they are strongmen. They're fans, they're athletes, they're people that have loved the sport for a long, long time. So so good to see that support. And let's kind of just give people an example. I mean, I won Britain's Strongest Man back in 2012 for the first time, and I got 1,000 for winning.
It's insane how much it's progressed in a decade. Wow. Like that right? Everyone watching, that's perspective.
Yeah, it shows how the sport's growing. And we're not even talking the heavyweights in this. This is the under 82 kilo women and the under 105 men. So to see them getting the recognition, it's all thanks to, your vision from last year. Obviously,
I don't think it's my vision. I think it's the community's vision.
But it needs someone to lead it, and you've done a good job of that. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. I
know. I get uncomfortable with this just because that my intent wasn't to do that. But I do acknowledge that this was all there. Everybody, this whole movement was under the surface, but nobody had taken that chance, and that's what I did. I did take a chance, and that's the difference. That's the difference. Someone willing to take a chance.
So as well as the men and the women weight classes, you also have the record breakers happening on the Friday, is it?
Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, and that will be live on ESPN2.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Record Breakers live on ESPN2.
What events are we doing on the Record Breakers?
Oh, shoot. So we are finishing our American Deadlift Championship. That was a series that we ran throughout our Clash qualifiers to give athletes a chance to come break the American record in their weight class.
What's the current records? Do you know? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, top of my head.
I want to know all the questions that people are going to be asking.
I got them all down here somewhere. Hold on, let's do this. See, this is why iPhone, the note feature is awesome.
It's brilliant.
All right. So for the open record, I have Thor's 501. The American record, I'm tracking Jerry has the 466 kilo for the American record.
466. Yep.
That's 1,027 pounds. So I believe Nico Tropolis is going to go after that. He's a strongman competitor in the States. He missed locking out 1,000 back in September. It was just he got stalled at the knees. So I think he's actually going to give it a really good shot.
Awesome.
And he's an unknown. He's kind of an amateur here. He's just very, very good at deadlifting.
I know him well. I've seen him deadlift, and yeah.
So you know him. Yeah, he could pull. 105 kilo. Adam Dirks has the American record at 402 kilos.
Adam Dirks. How many kilos? Sorry.
402.
402 kilos.
That's
under
8.
105.
Yep. And of course, the world record. Now, this one keeps changing. I believe it's still Blake Anthony Laurence from South Africa. I think he hit it most recently.
Yeah.
415 kilos.
Well, I know you've got a few big names coming over to try and challenge the world record.
Yeah. So, actually, fun fact: Matthew McKeegan is not going to attempt it because he wants to focus on the show.
Yeah, obviously, I coach Matthew, so I know his plan. Right. And trying to hold him back is a very difficult thing to do. But he's in great shape, and I thought, go there and challenge for the whole title. So
I think that's a smart play on him. I think he's well-rounded enough to really make a run at it.
And there's Gavin Procer from
Gavin, yeah. So
he's looking really strong on the deadlift.
His deadlift is very strong. He's actually my guy. We talked about it. And we decided the opposite. We figured he had a better shot at breaking the record than he did making some noise in the competition.
Totally agree. I spoke to him recently, and he kind of, he was asking what he should do, and I agree with you. He's not going to challenge. He's got a couple of weaknesses in terms of pressing, and his deadlift though is phenomenal, and he's relatively unknown. So
this is a good option.
If he can go and pull a big number in front of a big crowd and on ESPN, that's going to be awesome for him.
And that's kind of the secondary and tertiary effects these athletes are getting. I can't explain as an athlete, and just knowing what this can do, that exposure that these athletes can get on ESPN can be invaluable to them. I know Melissa Peacock and Isaac Mays last year, they got like a car dealership sponsorship back home from that. Wow. Like they got a free car for a year. It's like to lease.
So that's incentive for guys the guys and girls that are going to be competing this year. Put on a show, put on, something memorable for the people watching. It's advice. I know you're kind of behind this, and I've learned it over the years. It's not just about being good. You've got to, if we want more money coming into the sport, if we want more investment, we need to be entertaining. We need people to enjoy what they're watching.
Well, it's a couple things. So there's two routes. You could win and not have a personality. If you win enough, that'll work. The problem is it's tough to win that much. And that's where the people have to care about you as an athlete, as a person. The entertainment aspect is part of it, but the reason people are entertaining is so people start caring, because that's when people start spending money, when they care about the competitors and the people. So, I agree. Athletes, you come to Clash, I promise you, if you try to put on a show, you will perform well. That's just how it works.
Yeah. So what else have we got? We've got the American and World under 105 deadlift record.
Yep, 90 kilos. So for the world record, under 90 kilo, I was just recently corrected by Luke Davies. It is 2 UK athletes, Sean Plews.
I'm not sure on that one.
And Gavin McNamee.
Yep.
And they both hit 376 kilos.
Wow. big, massive numbers.
Yeah. And the American record is 375. So whoever if they come break the American record, they're going to be right there at the world record. So hopefully we're going to have a dual record broke right there.
That sounds like it's going to be a hell of a battle.
Yeah. And then the 80 kilo, the world record is Tom Mannion with 336 kilos. And the American record is CJ Kraus with 296 kilos. And I know in training, CJ just pulled 310.
Wow.
So I think he's chomping at the bit. He really wants to catch Tom.
Yeah.
So that's just the men.
So is it just the deadlift, or have we got anything else?
No. So there's.
Tell me more.
Shoot, man. All right, here we go. Let's do this. So on top of the deadlift, we have the under 64 women's axle will be contested, world record. The open log record will be contested by Nadia Stowers, who is competing in the 82 kilo show that very weekend. So she's going to weigh in at 82 kilos and then break an open world record.
Okay.
Well, attempt to, I'll say, because world records they don't always fall. That's her goal though, which is pretty cool. Melissa Peacock's going to be attempting an 82 kilo axle world record and an open world record at the same time.
Nice.
Aaron, let's see. I'm sorry, Aaron's part of the deadlift. Hannah Lindsay is going to try and load a 376-pound stone.
She's just been. I've seen some training videos of her looking absolutely crazy strong on the stones.
She told me she wants to hit over 4. Like she wants to break the world record and then break it again.
It's just mental.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't compete anymore.
Me too, man. Me too.
Jeez. The 82 kilo world record female is going to be given a go by Ashley Crawford, American. Evan had to pull out of the dumbbell. He was going to do the circus dumbbell, but he tweaked his shoulder.
I was looking forward to seeing Evan, but obviously he's got world's strongest man.
Yeah, so we had a convo, and he tweaked his shoulder a little bit. And I was like, Evan, as much as I would love to have you at my show, you got a focus right here. You got to hit world.
He's got something big coming up.
Yeah. Nikolai Myers is going to attempt a 90 kilo dumbbell world record. He attempted one in January at the Clash Nashville, and he barely missed it, like lockout. So I think he's going to hit it. 330, I think, is his goal. Or 230, not 330.
I was going to say.
Yeah. And finally, Zach Mccarley, who was an OG strongman 105 here. Probably around the same time Adam Bishop was competing 105.
Yeah. Many pounds ago.
He is going to attempt the 105 kilo axle record that on the same implement Camby used last year.
Nice. And Camby did, what was it, 400 pounds?
417, I think it was. And it was a fixed axle too.
These are monstrous numbers these guys are going for, and girls as well.
Ever since Camby has been pressing these crazy numbers, I've been kind of nerdy, and I've been like keeping track of like the numbers they hit at Giants live shows. And I don't think Camby would have placed less than 3rd at any Giants live show that had a max press in the past year. Right?
The strength level is totally insane. I mean, I will kind of be play devil's advocate and say different competitions, different equipment, etc. It makes a difference, but still, regardless of that, the numbers that these guys and girls are lifting.
That's true. That's just comparing numbers to numbers, because there are different factors that we know. So
yeah, no, definitely. But if they all come in shape, it's going to be some very, very interesting battles going on, and I'm sure we're going to see some American records, some world records. It's going to be
ideally this is going to be 2 hours of world records nonstop.
And this is just the warm-up for the show.
This is the opening act for the weekend.
So after we get through the record attempts, you have the preliminaries for the under 105s are done before this.
That'll be during the day, around noon Eastern.
But that's not televised, is it?
Nope, that will be live streamed, and it will be televised at a later date as a post edit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but then Saturday we've got the under 105 finals.
Yes, so that one's interesting. We're going to be live on ESPN News from like 3 to 5 p.m. and then live again from 8 to 10 p.m. on ESPN2. So they're going to take that live and just put it again a few hours later on one of the bigger channels.
Yeah.
So these 105 guys on the finals, they're going to do 5 events in essentially about an hour and 20 minutes. You got to take commercials out.
Jeez, they're going to be.
It's going to be, yeah. It's going to be 2 hours, but all 5 events and they're heavy too. I mean, they're doing a 210-pound circus dumbbell head to head.
I'm glad we're just going to be talking and they are going to be doing the action.
It's crazy. These guys are in such crazy shape, and like not only to be as strong as they are, but as conditioned as they are to be able to do this is nuts.
Yeah, there's not many shows that run at that pace.
I don't think we'll see them puking on the sideline like they did at Wuss.
I don't know. There's some of these under 105s are still big boys.
You're right. I mean, you're right. Like they'll be 260 come game day.
And then we have the women's on the Sunday. Is that right?
Yep. The women's on a Sunday. That'll be another post edit that will also be live streamed. And yeah, I think we had total like 15 invites. Then we did some qualifiers, but it's been about a year. We've had drops, so I think we're at about 10 athletes, which I'm happy with. Yeah. I love the smaller 10 to 15 athlete format because it's really just the elite there. So yeah, we're getting 10 of the best. I mean, just top 4, top of my brain. I mean, we got Nadia, Mel, we got Sam, Kim Dirks. I mean, we got some champions. Like I've never seen an 82 kilo women show that this is going to be this hotly contested.
Well, they are some of the absolute best under 82 kilo athletes on the planet. Nadia, I'm looking forward to seeing her pressing.
Yeah, she. Mel Peacock has kind of dominated the world level 82 for the past few years, and we're seeing Sam and Nadia kind of start to rise to Mel's level.
Yeah.
And that's going to be fun to watch. If they stay in that class for years, that's going to be fun.
I'll tell you an interesting one for maybe next year. Donna Moore has cut down to under 82s.
So I think she's coming to do our 91 kilo show in August. And then I want to get her for the 82 as well. I'd love to see her just lean, mean fight machine there.
Yeah, she's looking good. I mean, she's not as strong as she was as an open, but she's still an amazing athlete. It would be interesting.
Right. I mean, you just saw her hang with them heavyweight Arnold Pro women during she lost all this weight. She's still hanging with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting now with the different weight classes, how athletes are deciding, I want to go up or even some come down.
So especially the 82 women, they're in this kind of crossroad where the 73 kilo has just recently been introduced at the world level. So now you got a lot of women that they had to bulk up for 82. So now they're cutting down. And a lot of the women that walk around heavy, they kind of want to do the heavyweight show. So 82 is kind of like a transient class for a lot of women. Excuse me. But in that, you have a lot of talent because you have a lot of women that are on their way up to the better levels. So it's really fun. Like the 105s, a lot of times with the 105s, it's the same thing. Natural progression.
Oh, I think the introduction of weight classes has been great for the sport. It's just allowed so many more people to get involved because to be a super heavyweight, if you tried to come in and compete against a Hafthor Bjornsson or a Zadrunas or an Eddie Hall, you're giving away sometimes 100 kilos, 200 pounds you'd be giving away to some of these guys. It's allowed you to be competitive in your own weight class, and it's you became a world champion. It's allowing athletes to get noticed that an under 80 kilo man unfortunately is never going to get the opportunity to be seen if they went to the world's strongest man against the heavyweight guys.
Yeah,
I mean, you're talking about an under 80 kilo guy deadlifting 330 kilos.
No, it's
crazy numbers where I think people watching as well can relate a little bit more to these normal sized people.
Yeah, you're going to have people at home watching ESPN saying, "I weigh 200 pounds." Yeah. Holy crap! I know exactly what that means. Yeah. Whereas when they see a 500-pound guy do something, they're like, it's impressive, but they don't really know.
Visually, it's amazing, but you can't put yourself in that situation because it's like watching a giant or something.
It's like watching a fantasy. It's watching a movie. It's something that's not real, essentially, because it's not real to you. Yeah. It's one of those things too, where every sport that I've seen in my lifetime blow up. When, for example, the number one reason the NFL is where it's at today is because football became a sport for children and schools, and people started playing football. And then when they stopped, they became fans of the NFL.
Yeah.
And that's where the weight class strongman opens up a whole new window of opportunity for our sport, because now everybody can get involved in it and now support the pro level.
Absolutely. And it's been needed for a long time. And now we've got companies that are working within the sport, putting money back into the sport, and it's all growing, which is, it's one of the reasons I like being involved with all the different weight classes. It's not just about the super heavies. Myself and Liz actually love watching the lighter weight classes.
You guys are probably two of the biggest supporters at the pro heavyweight level for the weight class that I personally, come across. I haven't had to convince you at all.
No, and it's weird because I'll speak to heavyweight guys that they don't watch the women's or they don't watch the lighter weight class. I'll speak to lightweight women and they don't watch the open men.
Yeah.
But I'm just a strength fan, and Liz is as well. And there's plenty of other people that are just strength fans that want to watch it all.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think that's what we want. More people supporting. If you just want to watch the heavyweight men, then you've got that opportunity. If you just want to watch the lightweight women, by all means, go ahead. But for most of us, I think we do cross over. And, I like watching boxing or UFC in all different weight classes. So I like some characters. And that's what we do have in some of these lighter weight groups. We've got some brilliant characters.
We do. We have. Well, yeah, that's an understatement. We got some characters.
So you gave us 4 of the top women to look out for. I want you to give me 3 or 4 men that we should be looking out for.
I'm pretty simple. So, of course, Nicholas Canby. He's been on a tear the past year. We had a nice conversation though the other day, and this is the first time Nick's been in a position where he's like the top guy. Because winning worlds has really solidified him. So this is his first competition where he's the hunted and not the hunter. So
that's a different mentality.
It is, and he's strong, he's smart. I think he's going to be able to handle it, but it's one of those unknowns.
Yeah.
So of course, Nick, I think Jeffrey Lee, who had a tremendous showing at our New Jersey competition, he tied Matthew with the deadlift for reps out of nowhere. I didn't see that coming, which that's impressive because Matthew is world class.
He's a hell of a deadlifter.
And he's very good mover in Clash. It's one of those competitions where it's a little bit of the old school, where it's a lot of moving. It's not all static. So Jeff's on the lookout. Justin Loy. I mean, Justin, I posted about today. He was beating Nicholas going into the Stones at Worlds. Don't sleep on him. So honestly, those are probably my top 3. I think that are going to be really fighting for the podium. Richie Mochigemba. Oh man, there's so many. Actually, this is ridiculous. there's probably legitimately 10 guys that are going to be fighting for the podium, which is unheard of in Strongman.
Yeah, I know from what I've seen with Matt, he's coming in the best shape he's ever been in.
Yep.
He's improved in his weakness. He's realized he can't just worry about being a big deadlifter.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed his dumbbell's very, very good dumbbell. That's what he's
very good dumbbell. His overhead has made tremendous progress, and he's moving better than he ever has before. So he's becoming a more complete under 105 athlete.
That's another the killer one over there. I mean, Matthew's nothing to sneeze at as well. It's going
to be a real good battle between so many guys.
Yeah, I'm actually, if someone actually told me I had to bet money on it, I would say, lock me up. I can't. I don't know. I honestly don't know who's going to win.
Well, I'm sure Camby's going to go in as the favorite, but
as he should. He's earned that right to be the favorite right now.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm excited for it, man. We're looking forward to coming over. Anything you think people need to know before we kind of wrap it up?
No, just that, I do appreciate every single person that shares, that reposts, that talks about Clash Strengthly. I appreciate it because I truly do put the community and athletes first, and it can only be done with you. I can't do anything by myself. So just thank you for everyone that supported and everyone who will support.
So do you have a link at the moment for where the live stream will be?
Yeah. So actually, fun fact, we may be negotiating something for our live stream still. So as of right now, it's going to be on ADL Live, our current live streamer. Okay. That might change in the next week, which is a good thing for everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He sounds cagey, but he sounds excited to tell us something here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
What you're basically telling me is tell people to go and follow you, and you'll keep everyone posted.
Anthony Furman Strong, Clash SPS, Strength Lead. You follow those 3 pages, you'll find out everything Clash, and you could be part of the future, part of the change with us.
Cool. And obviously, anything new crops up, let me and Liz know. We'll be coming over, so we're going to be reporting backstage and posting. So there's plenty of opportunity. If you don't get the chance to get over and watch this, we'll be bringing as much behind the scenes information, information on some of these new athletes that you might not be used to seeing. We're excited to be coming over. It's going to be a great weekend.
I'm excited to have you guys. I've been looking for this for 2 years now, a year and a half.
Yeah, it's been a long time in the making.
It has.
And Anthony is buying me a Hawaiian shirt because you are Mr. Hawaiian shirt.
Yes, several Hawaiian shirts. We are going to have Hawaiian shirts for every day.
So if you guys want to see Uncle Loz in a Hawaiian shirt, you know where to tune into.
Very true.
Brilliant. It's going to be an amazing weekend. It's the when is it? It's
the 22nd, 23rd, 24th.
Yeah,
of April.
Go. Take it easy, guys. Make sure you go follow Anthony, and we'll be back with more strength action soon.
Peace.